had this little guy right here, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, for about a month now, and I have to say, it's been the best month of my life.
What did you say?
Okay, maybe that's a bit of an overstatement, but the last month or so has been, it's been a lot of fun playing around with this little camera. It's impressive to say the least, and it's quickly moved itself to the top spot on my favorite camera list, well, as you can see here. Now, actually, my interest in this camera started earlier last year. Was it this year? Anyways, I just finished the review on another action camera and another gentleman from a YouTube channel called Hill Phantom. Him and I really didn't agree on this particular camera, and he made a cool comment, you do you. And anyways, I began to really like this guy and really follow. He made a lot of really good views, and he had brought up that he was looking to pick up this particular camera right here, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, and his views and reasoning for it made a lot of sense. And so then I started hearing noise from you guys and talking about this, asking questions about this camera. And then further, I started looking for this camera. I started noticing it was sold out all over the place.
You should always give in to peer pressure.
And I ended up finding this at Best Buy. Now, this was a open box, so I saved a few. Actually, I saved about 30 bucks on this thing. And actually, I like this camera so much that I went out. This is how much this camera is pretty awesome. This is another brand new one. I liked it so much, I ordered another one from Best Buy. But at any rate, so going back to this here, the big question, the million-dollar question here that I'm sure is on your mind here, why is the DJI Osmo Pocket so good? Well, friends, that is what we're going to find out. Now, before I get this video off to a go, as I just mentioned, these cameras, this is not sponsored by DJI. They did not give me the cameras, which in a lot of cases with some of my other reviews, camera manufacturers do send the cameras. In this case, not the case.
But peer pressure's a must.
I went out there and bought these things. But anyway, we're going to get this started by going through a quick rapid fire round of specs and features so you get to know the lay of the land of, well, this particular camera. Now, this has a 1-inch CMOS sensor, which is going to allow for better dynamic range and low light performance than the smaller 1/1.7-inch sensor that is actually in the Pocket 2. Now, the low light video mode also makes capturing photos and video in dim light obviously a lot easier. Now, the big sensor is helpful in capturing improved 4K video with less noise and more detail. Now, normal video capture ranges from 4K 60 to 1080 60. Various aspect ratios are available as well, including 16:9, 1:1, and 9/16. What about slow motion, you ask? Well, DJI has you covered as well. Shoot in 4K 120, 2.7K 120, or really slow things down by throttling back the resolution to 1080, and you're getting 240 frames per second. Motion lapse option is a type of time lapse that allows you to set the resolution, frame rate, intervals, and duration of the video, as well as set waypoints. So in other words, the camera stays in place and the gimbal pans to predefined locations taking images. So look at it this way. For example, I might choose 4K resolution, 25 frames per second frame rate, in an interval of 2 seconds and a duration of 30 minutes. So let's put that to 2 seconds, 30 minutes. Okay, so in that example here, we're going to show we're going to have a 36-second video that's going to show the passage of time as the camera pans along a predefined path. Now, also, I really like Hyperlapse option as well, which is another type of time lapse, but this case, the entire camera is in motion, not just the gimbal. So I can set the rate I want, grab the camera or a suction cup it to the car, and create a condensed video of walking, running, biking, or driving around. In this particular case, this is where you're seeing, in some of my past videos, I'm always talking about this Octopad. Look at the base right here. The Octopad, this is hands down my favorite. I've said this for the last 5 years. With my GoPro videos I've done, it's my favorite accessory with GoPros and technically all my action cameras. And it's no different with this thing right here. This makes a phenomenal base to put on my dash in other areas that I want to be able to control what this camera is doing. Now, the 3-axis gimbal ensures that you get nice, smooth video while you're in motion. It's not just slowly walking either. You can really be moving, and the Pocket 3 will generate surprisingly stable video. Now, the camera supports 10-bit Dlog and HDR, which results in richer color grading options and more vibrant videos than previous Osmo Pocket models. Now, the Pocket 3 features a few other features that make it a photo and video powerhouse. So, for example, Active Track 5.0 allows the camera to follow the subject seamlessly and automatically, keeping them in focus and in the middle of the frame for duration of the shot. It even works in the studio. Face tracking and dynamic framing offer similar results. Now, these features are ideal for vlogging and keep you in focus and keep you positioned well in the frame. Now, these features work on the fly as well, so you don't have to continuously make changes yourself. The Pocket 3 features multiple creative shooting modes as well, so you can use modes like Spinshot, dynamic framing, product showcase to experiment with different styles and effects that make your videos look all that much more professional. Again, the camera's doing a lot of the work for you. I also like panoramic mode, which, well, as you can probably guess, allows you to create panoramic shots. Now, all these modes are really easy to use thanks to the 2-inch rotatable touchscreen. Now, the larger screen here makes it really easy to switch between horizontal and vertical shooting and obviously navigating the menu as well. Now, I really like the quick startup and intuitive controls of this as well. Now, to power up the camera, simply rotate the screen and as you can see here, you're going to be filming in just a matter of seconds. Now, to switch shooting modes, simply click in the lower left and, oops, my fat finger get in there. And as you can see, just simply swipe to whatever you want. Obviously, we're photos now. It really is that easy. Now, the Pocket 3 has a built-in 3 microphone array, which does a good job of getting quality audio while minimizing wind noise. Okay, here we are recording directly into the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Yes, I am walking backwards. I don't know why. I guess I started and just kept going with it. But anyways, we're talking to the mic directly on the camera itself, not this little guy right here. The best results come from connecting the DJI Mic 2 via Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. In fact, you can connect 2 mics for recording interviews, which is really a nice touch. Better still, the mics sync with the camera automatically. Okay, now we're talking on the external mic that comes with the Creative Combo, and as you can see, likely there's a lot more depth coming from this. Now, not to confuse this for a battery, so I'm going to remove that little bit right there. This is just kind of extends this and gives you a little Q20 on the bottom here. But anyway, inside this camera, as for what you see right here, there is a 1300 milliamp battery to power all of these features that we just discussed for up to 166 minutes in ideal conditions. Now, for added battery capacity, I suggest, now this comes with the Creative Combo, the Creator Combo. Boy, you know if I can talk here right. Anyways, comes with this thing. So this snaps into the bottom just like this. Boom. So it gives you a little bit more meat to hold on to there. And this actually is going to extend the battery capacity up to 62%. Now, all of this crammed in a compact and portable camera that is so easy to carry. I mean, let's be real here. This is so small, it's ideal for vlogging and for filming on the go. Now, before we shift into the pros and cons, let's talk about the cosmos of accessories that you can get for this thing, making this camera even more functional and easy to use. So, for example, if you look at the case that comes with, I can't remember whether this comes with the standard or whether it's just with the Creator Combo. But anyways, you have this wide angle lens, and I believe this is a 15 millimeter, and it attaches via through magnet on the end. Again, and then you have ND filters. Now I got these, I'll put the brand on the screen. I paid 19, it's either 19 or 20 bucks for these things right here. And then of course I'm using a GoPro suction cup, and then you can get one of these things right here. And again, I'll put the price on the page. I picked this up off of Amazon. So this is pretty, this little doodad right here is actually pretty slick. So we're going to remove this bit right here, open this up, boom, close that up. Come on, get in there. Okay, boom, come on, get in there. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so now, as you can see here, this gives us the ability to attach it to these oh so ubiquitous little attachments right here. But anyways, and then of course, Old Faithful, which I mentioned already in the video, is the Octopad, which is actually down in my car right now. But I'm showing it on the screen here. That is hands down, if any accessory that you're gonna get, I would recommend get the Octopad. That thing is worth its weight in gold. Now, for those of you that are wondering what memory cards do I use, I am using the Samsung. These are the 512 gigabyte Pro Plus. And yeah, I like these cards. So obviously there is a lot to love about this camera. The fantastic size. Honestly, it's incredible how small this thing is. Now also, huge range of features and functions, which really enables you to create really compelling videos. The big 1-inch sensor for more detailed, noise-free results, even in low light. Now also has a built-in support for wireless mics, which is awesome for vlogging and interviews. And that, of course, is this little guy right here. And as I mentioned or hinted about earlier, the easy intuitive use. So you can easily master how to use this camera in just a matter of minutes. Now, with all of that said, nothing is perfect. And there are a few things about this camera that I don't like. Starting off with a quick inspection is going to show, hey, the memory card is exposed, and there's a lot of things that make this camera not waterproof. So you have to be very careful about the environmental conditions that you're shooting in. Now, also, in terms of action cameras, this camera is not as durable as other action cameras. So, I mean, I can really beat the out of my GoPros without worry, but the Pocket 3 has to be treated with much gentler gloves. Now also, for as easy as it is to use, it is somewhat of a pain to get this thing. Here we go. All right, when this thing is in here, it sits in here, and so getting this out of this protective case, which is awesome in its right, it is, I always feel, and I think my buddy there, Hilltop, had mentioned, I keep calling it Hilltop. Anyways, Hill Phantom mentioned about this. I think it was on his review of this camera as well. When pulling this out of here, I almost feel that it's going to put strain on your front little screen here that pops out. So what I do here is, as I'm pulling this out of here, I kind of bend this little case out a little bit. It makes it a little bit easier to pull it out of here. Now, the last con with this here that I'm going to talk about here is the price of this here. Now, for the basic camera, not the Creative Combo package, it's $519. So it is a little pricey compared to other action cameras. Now, if you do get the Creative Combo, now again, I got this one. This was an open box at Best Buy. I think I paid $629 for it or something like that. Now, this one right here, with shipping it to me, was $720 or something like that. So again, in comparison to other action cameras out there, it is a little bit on the higher price. But despite a few things that I don't like, overall, I'm really super impressed with this camera. And like I said earlier, it's quick to rocket it to the top of my list of favorite camera list. And I suspect it's going to stay there for a while. Hence the reason I ended up buying another one. There are just too many functionalities, and the results are too good for me not to use this camera as often as possible. So is this the right camera for you? Well, that's a decision that you'll have to make. Now, I hope today's video will help you determine if the Pocket 3 is the best course of action or not.
Yeah, baby.
Now, if you do decide to pick up one of these cameras, I'm going to put a link down below. It is an affiliate link over to Amazon. And hey, I'm going to earn a few bucks if you buy that from that link. It's not going to cost you anything extra. So it's kind of like buying me a coffee. And friends, if you know me, I like caffeinated products. So I'm going to thank you in advance. And I think that will do it here today. As always, thank you very much for tuning in and spending a few minutes with me here today. If you did enjoy this video, give it a big old fat thumbs up if you want to see more content like this. And be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm going to be having more videos on this camera coming up here, so you're not going to want to miss that. So friends, that is all I have here for you today. I'm going to be shutting off the cameras. I will see you in the next video.